Eugene, would you consider painting part of your well-being routine? Do you think it helps how you feel, from the mental health perspective, looking back?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Is there an influence or?
No, but I mean, if I didn't have it, I don't know what I'd do, to be honest with you. It's, I suppose, a way of dealing with stuff. As you know, I lost poor Valerie, my wife, a few years ago and stuff, and I was kind of lucky I kind of had that to come back to, like, in a way, because it just took away from, I wouldn't know what to do otherwise, like, as such, No, without that, I wouldn't know where I'd be, like, really. You just probably sink into a depression, like, and, it was good to have that to kind of focus on, basically. It's just like some sort of it's just a way through stuff, like, and it's rewarding that way. Because sometimes you need those stuff to sort of carry on and just move along and stuff and try get. So you need that, like. I suppose it's kind of semi-escapism, but it's not. It's almost like building something, really. That's all, yourself, like, and it's kind of like trying to learn a little bit as you go along, like. To learn small bits as you go along, because you never get there as such. You know what I mean? You're never a master. I don't think anybody. You're just trying to get that little bit further and stuff, and you're trying to keep something authentic, I guess, really. Yeah. Well, it probably is kind of an outlet from day to day stuff, I guess.
I remember from being your neighbour, what amazed me was your discipline. You were coming here Monday to Friday, morning till afternoon, like an office worker. I was very impressed. Are you always so structured with any other areas of your life, or?
Not really, no. But just if you kind of treat starting like a job in a way, I suppose it's kind of need a routine, really. And if you have something to work on, and it's just best just to keep kind of going.
And when it comes to your landscapes. When was the point that you knew that this is your main focus? Because it's typically countryside, rural.
I suppose it's something I'm most familiar with, really. Sort of like, I suppose every artist say, I like the decay of structures and stuff within the landscape and all that kind of stuff. I suppose just the growth of stuff around it that's taken over or whatever, the condition of it's like but I mean, it seems like a strong structure, but then you see them falling apart, see everything growing up upon it, and they're left abandoned, and even when they're being used, they're still falling apart. So it's just nature taking back over.
Okay, last question. When you think back about yourself being kind of in that transition period between your carpentry training and starting to paint, if there's any boys in particular or young men listening who would doubt their creativity, what would you say to your younger self, or to those young men who feel like it's too feminine, maybe?
Oh, yeah, no, God, no. Jesus, no matter what they want to do, they should do it. The thing is, that will always be there by people, it doesn't matter, and rejection will always come over and over in any career, like, it doesn't matter. Like, but if they really want to, if they really feel there's something, and it gives them the feeling, they have to do it, like, really, Life's too short, and then they might regret it and stuff and say they should have done that. And at least when they're young, they have time and stuff. It doesn't matter, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what people think. It's if they're happy and if they kind of feel they're progressing, that's the most important thing for them, like, It's not about attitudes or manliness or whatever. It doesn't have nothing to do with it at the end of the day, because, it might sometimes it doesn't work out, but that's okay, like, But more, if they stick with it and stuff, and if they have a belief in themselves, for them it works out. It doesn't have to work out worldly or, it's their perspective on things. If they're happy, that's cool,
Okay. Anything else that you want to say that I haven't asked? Any thoughts on the topic, the whole correlation between hands-on creativity and well-being or mental health?
Well, I think it's really, it's kind of essential, I think, for people, just to find their own. It's not an escape, it's just their own kind of contribution, their own sense of self and stuff, and it's important to the people, like, it doesn't matter what kind of creative, everything is creative. There's nothing specific about creativity, it's creativity, like, it can relate to anything, like.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you.